NBA basketball in store for you here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. The Cleveland Cavaliers coming to this one after a win against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, they really struggled shooting the ball in that game, but still came away with the win. They obviously had to pick up the slack in a lot of areas, and they did it.
Yeah, and Steve, I think that says an awful lot about them as a team when they're able to win despite shooting that poorly.
Here are the five for the Clippers. CP3 at point with Redick there at the back. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Crawford at the small forward.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Raptors.
And a loss like that, guys, you just got to flush it down the toilet and put it behind you.
Yeah, you do, Steve, but it's much easier said than done. I mean, it's hard not to dwell on the type of poor performance it was for them.
Well, last year LeBron mentioned that he was jealous of Durant's shot totals. Just an offhanded remark by him, but it did open up some speculation by what he meant.
And Thompson sends it back. 6 to shoot. Griffin a screen on Waiters. Here's Redick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And you know that remark by LeBron, people weren't sure if that was a backhanded jab at KD or if he was just pointing out how he is able to score without having to be a bulk shooter.
Well, one thing is for sure, I'm not exactly sure of what his comments, how you... interpret him, but LeBron was very aware of what Durant was doing last year. He even admitted to having KD stats sent to his phone after every game, so he was keeping track of it.
Love wide open, he fires. Can't get the putback. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Jordan, shot's good. Griffin making the play.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Irving attacking, kicks it out to James. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
So many accomplishments in LeBron's career, but one milestone he reached last year, 20,000 points, 5,000 assists, and 5,000 rebounds in his first 800 games played. That's incredible.
And the Clippers making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Those stats you listed for LeBron through his first 800 games might sound a bit arbitrary, but it puts him in the company of only one other player, the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
And, you know, it's not a coincidence, Kevin, that they are the lone members of that group, both so dominant in every facet of the game from the moment their career started. Really a lot of similarities between those two outstanding all-time greats.
Not the best shot, long range, and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Waiters passes to Thompson. In a big-time jam right there. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Now here's Crawford. 20 points for him last game against Toronto.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
And finished off by LeBron.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Here's Paul. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing too, and his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him.
Now here's Crawford. And it's Paul missing. And on the way from Irving for three. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
Well, they thought they'd handle this club last year both times, but they actually split the two-season meetings.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one. Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. You know, you would think, as you said, Steve, that no matter what building they were in, this is a team they should have beaten both times.
It probably had a little something to do with the fact that they're just not a very familiar opponent. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
For the Clippers, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for Barnes. And took Blue is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Clippers trail by 11. Paul kicks to Crawford. Can they get it? LeBron grabs the miss.
He can't get anything to drop, and the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
That's his first personal foul. First team.
1:30 left to play here in the first. Here's Paul.
Well, they find themselves with a big deficit here in the first. One category that jumps out at me, second chance points. Only one bucket for him.
And Thompson kicks to Love. James with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. The drive by James. Irving for three. Hedo Turkoglu with the rebound. Love dishes to Waiters. The feed now to Irving. This one for three, and that one's good.
They haven't been able to stifle him defensively here.
Now their offense continues to play.
And the Clippers call time here. Kevin Love, an incredible rebound. And it seems Steve, he's brought that same desire and tenacity to his overall development as a player.
Yeah, his commitment to his conditioning has been big. His development with his three-point shooting, constantly working on his game, and he's become one of the big stars in this league by putting in the time and effort.
Jordan can't get it to go. The Cavaliers leading by 17. Irving kicks to Waiters. Back to Irving. James outside. From outside the arc, Irving can't get it to go.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
How sweet was that? Honey sweet Paul with great form.
Got a piece of it. Griffin with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Crawford, no one around him. Cans it from downtown. Crawford's got himself on the board with three there.
Looked like the defense was totally scattered on that fast break. Nice job taking advantage there with the wide open three.
Here's Waiters. If that misses, would have counted had it gone in. So as we end the first. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Irving is out there with Miller. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Shot clock at 6. LeBron shot is off.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
The Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. The coach and front office questioning the team's effort level.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. It's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA. 7th in field goal percentage, 8th in fewest turnovers per game. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
Now, they've shot the ball pretty well. You talked about that field goal percentage, and I think it just shows that they're playing well together, they're playing hard, and they're playing well at both ends of the floor, because in order to have a good field goal percentage, you have to play good defense as well.
Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
Here's Barnes. Shawn Marion making his last shot.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Kicks it out to Love. Inside, second shot opportunity. Farmar grabs the board.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Out to the wing. That is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 9 on the basket from Barnes.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Matt Barnes, really a good glue guy. Rebounds, defends. He's got better with his outside shot, and he can really run the lane. And he's always had a toughness and a fearlessness that I think a lot of coaches love.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Tristan Thompson comes in for Shawn Marion. And it's